So this video, I'm going to talk about the sales funnel for a client. Now, when I talk about sales funnel, I'm going to tell you exactly what will happen, likely to happen, and what potentially could happen. So whatever your funnel is to clients, whether you're pitching in a candidate, whether you're sending a cold email or you're cold calling, this is what typically happens. Most people in the UK, probably US and some other countries, maybe Asia, are typically aware how recruitment agencies operate and also the process behind it. Yeah, I'm going to give you some tips along the way as well. So if you started your agency and you're trying to win new business and you're testing the market, you might send a cold email. We use email as a option. You can also cold call, LinkedIn, etc. What typically happens is they want to know two things, or three things in fact. Do you have candidates? Sometimes a bit about your company. Also, they want to know how much you charge, and also what your rebate period is. They're the three common questions you'll get. Now, you must obviously understand your rebate period. So a rebate period is where you can refund some of the money in a certain period. Typically 3 months in the UK is the industry standard. And if you give satisfactory answers, we charge 15% and our rebate is 3 months. And yes, we do have a candidate available, or potentially we might have a candidate available. Yeah, we have to go back and pitch the job to the candidate and see what they come back with and say. Yeah, you don't want to say, no, we don't have any candidates, we're going to advertise. They're going to think, well, I could advertise myself. Yeah. So the funnel is touch point, email, cold call, whatever it is, negotiation, we'll call it. Yeah. Let's say, okay, we work with a company on 12%. Yeah. You can say, okay, for the first placement, I can do 10%. Anything after that will be 15%. How does that sound? Or the first two. Therefore, you're giving them a discount, which is what they want. If you want to be funny about it and you want to be fussy, I would only do this later on. Just say, is price an important point because you've raised it? Yeah. And no one likes to be called cheap. Nobody likes to be said, oh, no, it's not an important point. You know, we just like to, we've got a certain hiring budget, they usually say. Or we pay all our agencies on the same amount. That's a good negotiation tactic. Some companies, yeah, we pay 10%. That's it. If you want to work with us, work with us. Yeah. You're not in the market when you have a new business to start saying, no, we charge 25%. Because that other agency said on LinkedIn we charged 25%. But look how much money they're making. They're making nothing. Anyway, when the fee is high, the expectations are high. They want a really, really tick all the boxes type of candidate. Yeah. And they're not going to give you an easy placement on 20%, believe me. So going back to the point of this video, yeah, you must be looking at how to actually solve the issues within your business. Yeah. And the number one issue with not closing clients is you don't know what to say. Yeah. So I hope I haven't lost you there, but the number one thing going back is going to be how you look to the company. Do you sound professional? Do you know what you're talking about? Do you stick to your guns? Yeah. If they say we want a 6-month rebate period, just say, sorry, we can't operate in that. Yeah. If we do, blah, blah, blah. If they want a really low fee, ask something from the client. Yeah. This is how to deal with a client when you're negotiating. Yeah. Okay, we can do 8%. No problem if you want to, by the way. Or we can do 5%, whatever. But there'll be no rebate period. Sorry. There'll be only a 1-month rebate period. You have to ask something back. If they say, no, we can't do that. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's getting rid of a bad client straight away. Yeah. Everyone that says yes isn't necessarily a good client. Yeah. So the funnel works like this. Touchpoint candidate negotiation. Let's say they say, okay, great. We can move towards working with you. Can you send your terms of business? Now, there's a link in the description. Download the terms of business. Copy it, change the name, and put your company name in there. That's all you need to do. Read through it. I think I've done a video explaining the terms of business. But go in there and you email it to them. Send it by a DocuSign or PandaDoc or some email, e-sign or whatever, e-signature. Send it via that. It looks more professional. Yeah, and you can they both get a copy and you get a copy once it's signed. Yeah, and it will send you with their signature and they can sign it online. So you're not emailing, they have to print it off and sign it, etc. Yeah, speeds up the process. You must ask, just so I don't follow you up and annoy you, when will I likely hear back from you? Yeah, because most times people come to me and say, oh, my client hasn't signed my terms. What should I do? What you don't want to do, you want to preempt that. Yeah. If they say to you, it's probably going to take about a week. Okay, great. They've said yes to follow up if we don't sign in a week. Yeah. If it's a blast, it will tell you a lot about their intentions. If they say to you, we can get signed today, I'll have it back to you by the afternoon, that means they're serious. Yeah. What you don't want to do is be wasting your time chasing terms of business, because what that leads to is you're chasing terms of business, then you're chasing a CV feedback, then you're chasing an interview date, then you're chasing a start date. You don't want to be dealing with that. That's not an ideal client. That's not a revenue generating client. Yeah. So ask the question. Yeah. And do it via email if you want. Just so I don't follow you up or annoy you. Ha ha ha. Can you let me know when I'm likely to hear back from you so I don't annoy you? So you're basically saying, I'm going to call you unless I hear back from you. So let me know when you're going to sign it. Yeah. If you say, oh, when will you sign? They're going to say, oh, we just got a few things. We're going to send it to my director. Yeah. Ask it in a different way. This is a good sales technique. The objections should not be handled. Yeah. They should be preempted. Be that. There are objections in recruitment that will come up. Yeah. Likewise, with a CV, on the initial call, you must ask, because you're going to be sending CVs. When am I likely to hear back from you on the CV? Yeah. Not when, oh, okay, we'll send CVs to this address. And you don't know how long it's going to take. I work with a company, their policy, they're a beautiful company to work with. They have to get back to me in 24 hours. Yeah. That's their company policy. They have to give me feedback within 24 hours. If I send it now, they have to get back to me by tomorrow. Yeah. If not, I can put a complaint to their manager and they want me to do it. So you want to find companies like that. Yeah. And typically the MDs usually reply quicker than the HR people unless they're a good HR. So moving on. That's the typical process. Yeah. They sign your terms of business. Now you've got a client, but you must manage the process. You must keep in control. It's very hard to do when you have a very little experience, even if you have experience, because you want the client. That's fine. Grab it, learn from it. But these sort of techniques, these sort of advanced level, yeah, if the problem keeps coming up, like you don't get feedback, no one signs your terms, yeah, you're either doing something to put the client off, you're chasing, you're not preempting how long it's going to take. And also, there's nothing you can do. You can't force someone to sign terms of business. Then I've had calls, I swear to you, I've sat there, I've had client calls that I've completely messed up and they've signed my terms. I've had client calls where I've sounded so good, I've got candidates, and they've never signed my terms. And they won't reply. And I preempted everything. I've done everything correctly to my best of my ability. Yeah. And I sit there and I think, why didn't they sign my terms? I remember I used to say, I record my calls as well. And I used to say, why didn't they sign my terms? What did I do wrong? It may have been they just received a really good candidate via their own internal processes. So they had no need for my service. They might not have liked my attitude. They might not have liked my fees. Yeah, but they'll never say. But you'll never know. I literally ponder, why can I not close every single client? What can I do to close every single client and put their mind at ease that I can actually do the job? Because there's only two reasons why they won't sign your terms, reply to you. They haven't got the money, or they don't trust you can do the job. They're the only two reasons. Yeah. So find companies with money and prove you can do the job. That's it. There's nothing else to it. The client funnel is simplistic. Yeah. But adding a few touches onto it could be well worth it. 100%.